चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधवा बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय यशोधनन्दना जय व्रज जन रंजना जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल निताई गौर सीतनाथ प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल हरे कृष्णा ओम ज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः मुगं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं हरि ओम तत्सत्. Okay, so hope all of you are prepared for the presentation. Raise your hand, go to the react. There you can see the raising of hand, and kindly raise your hand if you are prepared. Okay, Om Govind Rai Prabhu is prepared. Akarsha Sri Hari Prabhu is prepared.
I mean, Mataji, I haven't prepared the PowerPoint presentation. I have prepared points as drama.
No PowerPoint presentation.
Ah, then it's
No
okay.
PowerPoint presentation. You have to speak all by yourself. That's more powerful. That is real PowerPoint. Point to point, you speak. Powerfully, you speak. And that is your PowerPoint. Okay. Navneet Govinda Prabhu has prepared. Very good. Some notes you prepare and you just present it by yourself. Very good. Who else? Nobody found time. I also did one small thing. Even though I mentioned it on Saturday, I didn't give you the question on Saturday night or Sunday morning. I gave you only today morning. Today is a working day. So certainly I understand, but anybody who has not prepared should prepare, okay? And present it within this weekend or something, okay? When you're ready, you tell me, Jayalakshmi and Navneet Govinda Prabhu, and then Akarshak and Om Govinda Rai will present. Okay. Others kindly listen nicely so that you'll also get an idea when you come across such people, how to handle them. So this is a training for you from our dear friends who are going to present today. Okay. Okay, so we are starting with the first hand raise, which is Om Govinda Rai Prabhu. He is very hot and he is ready for really refuting this argument on
I mean,
universalism.
I have to say something because I'm ready. I came from work and I just sat down for preparing, and suddenly my friend from college 3 years ago came to visit after Diwali. Achanak, ekdam. So after conversation, he was asking, "What are you doing in laptop?" So then I thought, yeah, this is very nice opportunity. You know, his name was Amit. Even mother was here, my mother. So I gave him some topics, to become, and then we argued. So in that manner, I prepared something. So as a drama point of view, I'll start as a friend who is convincing, as you also told previously, to the other friend, as he was arguing like the points which Mataji's gave. He was arguing about God is formless and all that. The starting point is he was asking, in your response, you says God is here, God is there, God is everywhere. Even God has, many names. Even Hindu Dharma has religions, many religions, a so-called Hindu Dharma. And so I just listened him, the point he was asking, and he was arguing very much about the God has no form, as you say, some has forms. You says in your religion that this form, this form, this form, and then Mataji also kept some points here. But we will start from the formless. So he also knows in that point of view, he was asking, he was a not atheistic boy. He is a not atheistic boy, but is, believe in God as formless, impersonalist. So as per his saying, I explained him about the term nirguna and nirakara. What is nirguna and nirakara? So he was saying God is formless, that is nirguna, right? So nirguna, I will explain, like nirguna is like he was saying, he has no qualities, he has no forms, then I explain what terms nirguna means. In impersonalist Brahman, nirguna means something, he has nothing. And in what actually nirguna means, that God, which is Krishna, is yet to explain. I was explaining about God, him, is beyond the three modes of this material nature. Even Prabhupada also explained about it. That what is three modes of material? Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. That is goodness, passion, and ignorance. And what is Nirakara means? That is formless. God does not possess a form. That is, he was saying God doesn't possess a form. But then I explained God. I mean, he is, of course, in Shastras, it is explained as Nirakara. But what does it mean? Does not possess a form that is made of matter, material things. You know, Rather than meaning without any qualities, nirguna, without any quality, it means without material qualities, which we should explain them as without material, that is Satchit, sorry, material qualities, that is Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, right? God possesses infinite transcendental qualities that are beyond human comprehension. I have to explain that only. That God possesses beyond human can think, that qualities, that is Sattva, Raja, Guna. And also in Nirakara, that the God does have spiritual form. It does not mean that he does not have form any. It does not have form relation to material matter, right? So it does have form like Satchit Anand. He is Satchit Anand, you know. So in conclusion, if I argue him, he was saying, "Nana, you are just saying this and this stuff," but he was believing in scriptures because he was saying God is there, so he believed in God. So logical point of view, if he was saying, "Nana, you are saying this and this stuff, but how I should believe?" Then as a friend point of view, I will ask him. As an example, just say, so just think, if you are in a womb of your mother, then have you seen your father? Have you seen, do you have legs? Do you have hands? Have you seen your face? If you have not seen, of course he has not seen. So it does mean that that doesn't belongs in this world, right? So he was thinking, okay, okay, but I have no senses at that point, so I haven't seen. But all right, all right. If you haven't seen, all right, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Okay, if you took birth, you are in material world of 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, right? So at that point of life, do you believe? Do you you are believing that your father is a girl, is a female version? Is that thing? No, it hasn't. It should be what it is, right? So okay, okay, okay. Then I'll explain him detail. Right before going school, we have now quite small babies have quite nice brain to remember. But before going school, have you know that this animal is a cow, this bird, even it is bird or not, you don't know what is that thing. Is an eagle, is a cow, is a dog, is a crocodile. You go to school and then you know what is this, or else school is an example. If someone teaches you, you know what is this. It doesn't mean that you don't know that thing and that doesn't exist, right? So we have to go through the six scriptures. We have to understand what is God. Yeah, Krishna says uh, in Bhagavad Gita, I will that is very famous law. Krishna says that a fool's, what was that? I have read that fools deride me when I descended in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as a supreme Lord. All that in Bhagavad Gita 9.11, right? So basically, I was saying him that Krishna, not Krishna God, I was saying, is it Krishna? This is the just quote what I was saying. So it doesn't mean, okay, then I was explaining him, if, okay, you have quite matured, you are in fifth standard, you know this and this and this. Then he says, I have seen the sun after engaging, after learning some process, and I have seen, I know, but I don't know what I have not seen. Okay, then I was saying it. Have you seen the Mars? Have you seen the Venus? No, you have not seen, right? So for that we need satellite, we need telescope, the human magnificent glasses uh, to see the space objects which we are not able to see. Or have you seen the atomic amoeba, all that things? No, we need microscope. For the same manner, we need uh, drashti, or the path to see the Lord. Only the devotees can see the Lord by His mercy. So this point is failed, that what we are saying is does not exist with this manner. So logically, if God were completely formless and nirguna, he would be incapable of possessing consciousness or creating, universes, uh, or also exchanging the, what we say, the loving relationship with the devotees, right? So I would add one point here. If all living being possess some, I was saying to him that, that Amit guy was saying to me, God has no personality. I just came through this by discussing. I just came through this, and I said, yeah, mm, let it be. Just discuss it. We have different personalities, living being, which is here in this material world. So it is very logical to conclude that the personality, source of all personalities, have a supreme personalities. Supreme personality, right? So this, the impersonal force, could not give rise to personal characteristics. The formless form could not give the shape or create the who have personalities. It is not logical. How can one which is formless can create a form thing? How can this happen, right? So I explained him the world is filled with full form, varieties, interactions. So for a God to create a universe with such, minor uh, with such minor intelligences, beauty, all that thing, it does not, if God was formless, does not exist. Even Einstein, if, yeah, the Mataji gave a very nice point here uh, about the science. Yeah, I forgot, but Mataji was saying in the point has written, even the science also says that about the immortal supreme being, though he was, so I just quote the science thing. Even Einstein says a very famous word, if you search, that there is one supreme controller of this controlling of this universe, of this controlling nature. Even science got bewildered and accept there is one supreme control, because maintaining this family is so hard. We are some young generations now, we know how our parents is going through, how they are maintaining the family, how they are taking responsibilities, all this stuff. So maintaining this small family is quite hard. So maintaining this big universe, which is far, 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 far away from our existence, we cannot reach, someone is controlling. If Earth stops gravity for only 1 second, it will get destroyed. If Earth rotates opposite direction for only minor second, it will get all, science says if Earth rotates in this, or we all get floated in the space. So how this is happening? How this is all happening? There is some supreme controller, there is a form, and that form has some consciousness, and that caution and then consciousness has some beginning, some forms, because we have forms. There is not niraguna, right? So conclusion, like, the concept of impersonal is, falls short against the explaining the richness of the, personal, yes, interaction and loving relationship between the Lord and the devotees, which is not present in the impersonalist thing. Here in Isopanisad, Shlok 4, uh, there is one example I have read, but I'll say about the heat and fire, which is the energy of the sun or the flame of the fire, heat and light, right? So exactly in the same manner, we are the parts and parcel of the Lord, which has his form, and we are his, minor parts and parcel of his energy. And in here, the quote translation of mantra 4 Ishopanishad says, although fixed in his abode, the personality of Godhead is swifter than the mind and can overcome all others running. Here, Mataji has one point, and also I gave them point that God is not living in heaven. God has no, God is not living in heaven and something. God has no bone, no skin. I was saying, yes, you are right. God is not living in heaven. He's living in his eternal Krishna Loka, right? Here it is although fixed in his abode, Krishna Loka. The personality of God is swifter than the mind and can overcome all other running. The powerful demigods cannot approach him, although in one place he controls those who supply the air and rain. He surpasses all in excellence. So here it is there, God is in his abode. Even the powerful cannot approach him, right? So his abode is far, far. Even we can, here it is mentioned in Isopanisad, if we travel at the speed of light, we cannot uh, cross the material world, material sky, right? So spiritual sky is so far, far away. How can we? So it is only understood by the mercy of Lord and the association of the devotees with the devotees. In mantra 5, the shlok, uh, I would like to read some purport of the mantra. For the Supreme Lord, who is the absolute personality of Godhead, cannot be known by only mental speculation, even by the greatest philosopher, right? Only by the mercy of the Lord, I've said, only known by his devotees through his mercy. Yeah, in Brahma Samhita, it is stated that even if a non-devotee philosopher travels at the speed of mind for hundreds of years, he will still find the absolute truth far, far away from him, as I said. Here it is in Mantra 4. And then it is in Mantra 5. In translation, it is clearly written, camera is on. The Supreme Lord walks and does not walk, right? He is far away, but he is very near as well. He is within everything and yet he is outside of everything. Here it is specifically written that Supreme Lord walks and does not walk. For this point, I have come one example where Prabhupada says, I have listened from the very senior devotee. I would like to name Bhadra Balaram Prabhuji. He was saying to me that there is one, guy who was asking Srila Prabhupada, if Krishna wishes, if God wishes, he can make a mountain that he cannot lift. He can make that if God can do everything. That he cannot lift forever. Then Prabhupada says, yes, he can make that mountain and he will not lift, he cannot lift. Okay, then he smiles. The devotee, that person smiles. Yeah, yeah, I bet. Yeah, I'm very intelligent. Then Prabhupada again recounter him. Krishna can do everything. For that mountain, if Krishna think, I want to lift, for that mountain, he will lift. Krishna will lift. That is the ultimate potency of the Lord. Then all devotees were smiling. No. So exactly in this way, Supreme Lord walks and does not walk. He is far away, but he is very near as well. He is within everything and yet he is outside of everything. Here is the explanation of Supreme Lord, translated activities executed by I was reading, which is very contradiction. This whole purport is very contradiction to our human speculation. How can one walks and does not walks, right? Which is not, we have not seen and we have not experienced, which is far away and which is very near as well. How can one think this happened? Right? But Krishna, with his ultimate energies, can do. Like for an example, here in Ishopanishad, I have read and gone through the Prahlad Maharaj's example. Here, if some devotees says, no, it is not possible. So Prabhupada explains very theoretically, like Prahlad Maharaj at the time of Narasimha Dev appearance, his father, the demon, Hiranyakashipu, asked him that, is there a God here in the pillar, right? So he says, yes, he is everywhere and he is also in the pillar. So here it is said that God is in their abode, very, very far away. So how could it be in the mirror? But as soon as he destroys that thing, Narasimhadev appear, Jai Narasimhadev, and kill the demon Hiranyakashipu. So in this way, God can be far, far away and can be very near to us. And yet he is outside of everything. And he is within everything. Like he says everything and is within our heart also, as per what we do is always seen by the Paramatma, and he is the Sakshi, what we say in Sakshi in English. Whatever it is, I just forgot the word.
Evidence and your 5 minutes, I told. Hmm?
Okay. Okay, just it will get over in within 1 minute. If so, so this is the way that is everywhere near to it, and in yeah, that was the last I think point. Yeah, so he witnessed everything, and as per our karma, he give our uh, actions. He give our results about according to our karma. So this is what uh, what I need to clear it out. I think all points are cleared. Okay, thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Hari bol.
Sorry if I got some mistake. I don't know.
No, no, it's very, very nice points. But one feedback from my side for improvement is the points were all excellent points, and the refuting each of the argument of each of it is taken separately, and you refuted it. What I feel is only in the speed of your presentation and the way you have organized your points, you have to give some gap, like when we are writing. Um, uh, a essay or something, will have paragraphs, will have sentences with a full stop. So you speak one sentence and you give a break, and that um, uh,
Okay.
when you're changing from one topic to another, if you give a gap, then we'll understand that you're switching over from one topic to another. But otherwise, it was very excellent, and all your points were very valid, strong arguments, and those which are not in Ishopanishad also you gave, like creation of universe and maintenance of the
Yeah.
universe and everything. Very nice, very good. Okay, we come back to Akarshak Sri Hari Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Hello,
Krishna, all the
I'm
best, go ahead. But somebody is speaking behind you.
yes, Karthik.
Can you say that you have a presentation and ask him to keep quiet? And please present.
Yes,
It's part of
yes,
your
yes.
marking also for exam. Mark will be given for this also. Okay, go ahead. All the best.
Yes. So actually, right now I'm on the stairs. Okay, no problem. So actually, I have made one presentation. So I will share, and through that I will go and I will explain. So the topic we get for today, means to refute that point that God is a formless. Let's say if anyone is sorry, are you able to see my screen all? Hello?
No, we are not able to see. Wait. Are you able to share it?
Yeah, now.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, so means stop. Yes, so our topic is that means we need to refute this point that God is formless. So also means you have there is also argument, right? How means there are some argument that no means God is formless power only, and he has no any personalhood or form like that. And also there is point that yeah, it's a God is a nirgun, and some will say that he is without any quality and nirakar. So this also proof that yeah, really he is a formless. And science also actually support, right, this idea that energy pervades all the creation. So means and energy is the everything, and he means creating and destroying and like that. So therefore means science especially support that means the energy pervade all creation. Therefore the God is energy. So means these are the main point of argument that means we will see means how means God is not only formless, also he has also form. Okay, so they are not wrong, first of all. uh, First of all, I will say thank you. Means, right, you have very nicely explained the one form or one part of the features of God very nicely. And I will also, means congratulate science that no, at least he is able to know about that. Yeah, God has this formless quality, and he is explaining very nicely through his no argument. He's also giving proof, all those. So, but are you not missing something of this boy? He is only giving one thumbs up. So where is his second thumbs up? So actually, to have this second also, but I will show at last one. Then you will understand what I am saying. Let's see. This is looking more beautiful, right? He has both two hands and he's giving thumbs up. So, means just there is only one thumbs up means we only explain why this formless quality that, yeah, God has one means this form. But yeah, God is not limited to our, this mental concoction or our mental thinking, that he is only formless. So how we can understand? So we will go through these 3 points only, and we will try to defute this point, and then we'll understand. So first I will go this point that God is a nirgun, or without qualities, and nirakar. So what means, if we will go through the purpose of Sri Isopanisad, then what we will in purpose by Prabhupada, then we will get that actually what is the problem. You means what is the problem? The person who said this God is formless, that he is misunderstood the meaning itself. What is Nirgun and Nirakar? So Nirgun, they what this understand that without qualities, but I'm sorry, this doesn't mean means the nirgun, that means without qualities. You have missed one thing. What is the called? Without material qualities. You just just forget to add that there is means this word material qualities. So yeah, God is means that implies that the God is beyond this gunas, right? Means good. Um, Goodness, passion, and ignorance. This implies that means God is not limited to this material it means gunas, and he is means within that. So if he will be within that, then how he will be God? This is also one point, right? So this meaning, this actually means that he is beyond this all three gunas. That's why there is word used for God, especially he is nirgun, means he is without material quality, or he without material quality doesn't mean that he is also not having, he also that means satagun rajogun, he has also expanded in all three gunas. We can see that in goodness, his expansions are like uh, uh, Vishnu, then in goodness, in passion Brahma, then in ignorance we can say that Lord Shiva. So like that, he has GT also. He means both means this he can control this gunas also, but he is not under this guna. He is transcendental. So for God especially use their transcendental goodness. Okay. So, and again, the second word very misunderstood, that the Nirakar. So, what commonly we understand that this Nirakar is means formless, but means again we miss one things. What? Without a material form. Okay, so actually the problem is that we didn't see something which is beyond this matter. Right now, means science is just going of antimatter, something like that. But it is only a assumption like that. But the means the form of God is means without material form. His form is such it anand. Just see, means his form is eternal, beyond this matter, beyond this our sensory perceptions. That wise means we say that yeah, he is everywhere, but we are not able to see, like that. So means all these two words are very misunderstood, that he is nirgun, means not without qualities. No, he is without qualities, but which without qualities? With material quality, without material quality. Okay, so like the Nirakar is not, is like the he is formless, but he is beyond this material form. Okay, so means his body is made of what? Sachit Anand Vigraha, right? So from these 2 points which we have misunderstood, we can clearly see that no means we have a problem in understanding. Okay, so if we will go ahead of second point that means God is formless power. So means we can clearly understand from Isopanisad from mantra 8 from 4 to 8 that means how this beautifully explain and also cover both. Means you are right, it's not like that God is not impersonal, but he has both. So so that's why we should go to means scriptures and means to the purport of acharyas, then we can understand clearly, not that we just stick to one accept and we just leave which we cannot understand. Okay, so just mantra itself, for if we will go to mantra 4, then it is itself explained. Just read this. Then we itself we can conclude that no, this means God has both form. Just see, although the fix in his abode, the personality of God is swifter than the mind and can overcome all the running. This hint that at both the God personal or impersonal. Impersonal means just see means we see that he is fixing about, and we know that his award is very far away from the. So it is very impossible to come to here within a second. So but how this is able to he's how he is able to move swifter than the mind, because he is present there also, and he is present in every part of atom. So from any, for example, also very nicely we can see the story of Prahlad Maharaj, right? That how he Prahlad Maharaj said, Hiranyakashipu asks, yeah, your God is there in this pillar. So he said, means he is like there in everything. So he said yes. So Hiranyakashipu asks, in this pillar also. See, then Prahlad Maharaj said, yeah, yes. So just he break and he means we know all those how Hiranyakashipu means Simba came out, and means all those happen. So we understand that he is present in every part. So he has both means this also explain that both gods has means personal as well as impersonal accept. And again means if we will go ahead, then in mantra 5 also very nicely means if we have means
Can
again
you
some
enlarge
doubts.
it? Can you the
Okay,
presentation mode? Can you go? It's letters are too small. I'm not able to read. Yeah, thank
yeah,
you.
now okay, so in mantra 5, we will, means again go means understand very clearly, more clearly what, and just see what mantra 5 represents and tells the Supreme Lord's work and agent work. Just, means here only we can conclude that how if a person doesn't have form, means he's formless, then how he can walk? It is not possible, right? If he's walking, then we can conclude, no, has also formless. And just see, your point is also right. It's not like that you are wrong. There's a see, doesn't work also. So both are the cover here. So means, but here, what we are just going to ahead that prove that this God has formed. So we can conclude that means he is working. Then it is very clear that he must be has form. Again, we can see we'll go ahead and then we can see he's a far away, but he's also near as well, like that. So this proof that means God in means has this both forms, like he is also formless and he's form. Again, if we will go to mantra 6, then we can also again understand that, let's see, except that one who see all being in relation to God achieve true wisdom, affirming that the creation is an extension of God energy, yet he remains the supreme controller distinct from it. Yeah, so means science say that means uh, god means energy created this one. We will this mantra 6 especially we will again see in very beautiful except in that line, that how this there is again we will have misunderstood this mantra 6, that we only know energy. Because there is one for energy to energy cannot be means live itself. So there will be energetic person for that to hold that one. Okay, so we will understand this mantra 6 again, in that then we will very nicely understand in that context. So if we will again go ahead into mantra 7, then we can understand that one who always sees all the living entity as a spiritual spark in quality one with the Lord become true knower of the things. Okay, then what can be illusion, anxiety for him? This means look clearly imply that all the things are the manifestation of his energy, but he is still the source and sustainer of the everything. So means this from this again we understand that, let's say if we are any means making form or like that anything, then we can understand that yeah, anything cannot be come by itself. There must be just for example this Om Govind Rai Prabhu also explained nicely that this universe is has existence. So there should be also a creator. Creation cannot possible without a creator, right? And again we will again see that same except that yeah, means there is energy which is science believe that it is creating and it is happening all by itself, but there should be energetic person. So this mantra also explains the same thing means very clearly. Okay, and then again we can see that means in mantra 8 that he is a self-sufficient omnipresent, like that. So means both God has means form and formless. So just see what I want to explain the same thing. So also we have this means point that actually we have misunderstood, and science is, we know that he science means research means he is means doing research, and he is failing and he is going beyond, and he is giving his point more means finer and finer, but he is not up to the mark. But the Vedas and all those things, for example, which clearly our acharya, and also in the Isopanisad, we get the clearly picture that we just uh, fail to understand that yeah, you are right, but again, you miss the second point that if there is energy, then there must be energetic person. Like for example, there if means there is Shakti, then to have to hold that Shakti, we must have energetic. So to understand this point, we can understand from a very good example that just as a sunlight emanates from the sun without being the sun itself, the God's energy pervades everything. Yet the gods remain the ultimate soul, personal with the qualities and form. Okay, so we can, every day we can see this example. That's there is sun, and he is far away, but the means sunlight we are getting. So it's not like that we only say that no, these rays are well, all in all. No, these rays which we are able to see is coming from somewhere. It's not like that it's not coming, and it has means its source, and it's and actually he has some personal form, like that. It's not like it is only formless. So means uh, science is understood means give correct explanation, but up to the half part that he is only able to understand about the energy, because means we can see the sun just by our telescope or anything, but means to see God, it's not like that we can for that there is again qualification needs to see the God and to understand. So but he is there. It's not like that if we are not able to see something, then we can deny the fact that no, there is no any source of impersonal form, and he is moving without personal form, and he is only personal, impersonal or formless. Okay, so again, if we will go, um, so in conclusion, if we understand that, then we have understood 3 points, right? And also the argument is started with the 3 points only, right? That God is impersonal. So we can understand that how Isopanisad confirm very nicely. We go through the mantra 4, mantra 5, mantra 6, mantra 7, mantra 8. That no means he is walking also, he is not walking also. He is, means far also, he is near also. This all, confirm very nicely that, means both, both God has, personal plus impersonal. Okay, form. And again, the two very prominent words we get misunderstood, that this nirgun and nirakar. So nirgun doesn't only means, means without, in quality, but without material qualities. And again, similarly, nirakar, is formless, but without the material form. He is a such it anand, which is spiritual form. So that we misunderstood this point, and actually thus we get only into the one concept of God, that is formless. But if we understand correctly from the purpose of means, great Acharya like Prabhupada, and then we can understand very clearly, and he mentioned very nicely, it is not only material form. Sorry, means not only without quality, without material qualities like that. Okay, so then again we under science, which is, means, and only saying that no, this whole world, everything is just created only by the energy, and energy is the only energy. So therefore, or hence, it's proved that, and means God is energy. No, means how we can understand, means no, we can say that, yeah, because to hold energy and to have, it's energy cannot, means energy means what, means Sakti. Sakti, how can it exist without Sakti, ma? So yeah, means we can understand that God is pervading all, or doing all activities through his Shaktis, different Shaktis, and all those are existing. Okay, so actually this conclude, then we can conclude all those things. But means now again we are not able to see really what it means conclusion. So let's see. Hare Krishna, are you able to say something? Hello, can anyone confirm is able to say something?
Nope, there is only plain slide.
So are you happy with this slide?
Huh? The slides,
So
yeah, I
are
mean,
you happy?
yeah, the
Yeah, I
slide
mean,
is.
no, yeah, this is formless, right? So just see how this is just a awkward thing, but just see, we only, and how we can love God by this way. But just see the second slide. Man, and take care.
Shiva,
Let's see. Are you like Om Govind Rai Prabhu? Which one
I
you
mean,
like?
it is very beautiful, of course. I could not
Yeah.
understand the plain
So
slide also.
yes. So now we have both hands. God is both personal and impersonal form. And then we, means, and stand from our acharyas from Isopanisad very clearly that these, God has both personal and impersonal form. It's not like that only he is formless or impersonal. Thank you.
thank you very much, Akarshak Prabhu. You rocked the show very nice. You within one day you prepared the presentation also and the points also. Um, and you presented also very nicely and reflected the arguments. But where it is written form, impersonal form, it's contradictory. There is impersonal is formless. Okay, so God has a form. God has a form. Sat Sid Ananda Vigraha. So eternally, God has a form. God is never formless. It is wrong to say that God is both form and formless. God is only form. He has only form. The formlessness is nothing but the effulgence coming out of his body. If there is a light, that Brahmajyoti is the light coming out of the form. And even the energy which is coming out of Krishna is again Radharani, Ashtasakis. Everybody is form only. Everything is form. There is no formlessness. So don't say that God is both form and formless. Where it is written he is formless?
Mataji, even I have that in mantra 5 while reading, it came across. I read the impersonalist philosophers of the Mayavadi school accept only the Lord's impersonal activities and reject his personal features. The Bhagavad school, however, accepts the Lord as both personal and impersonal. Then it is written, the Bhagavad also accepts his inconceivable potencies, for without them there can be no meaning to the word Supreme Lord. Here it is.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
His impersonal
Yes.
aspect is not form. Like you use the word form, no? F-O-R-M, form.
Yeah.
The form is opposite to impersonalism, no? So you cannot say that God has both personal form and impersonal form. Impersonal is Jyoti. Impersonal is light which is coming out of his body. So we accept it. We accept that this Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, we accept Brahman. We accept Brahman. But like, for example, I showed you one example of realization of impersonalism is like that elephant. Many blind men are touching the elephant and they are telling elephant is like a trunk, elephant is like a rope, elephant is like a fan. Like this, they are telling. So they have partial realization. The complete realization, the original personality of Godhead has a form. The formlessness is one aspect. For example, God is also sound. Om, Om, like that. But then we cannot say that God has a sound form, God has a personal form, God has like that. It's one of the aspects. For example, sometime when Guru Maharaj comes, he is so bright. He's so bright that suddenly we'll feel that some light is coming out of it. So that light is belongs to Guru Maharaj only, but still it is separate from him. The same way, the impersonal Brahman is the effulgence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in this case, whichever I have given you, you should, we accept that Nachinte Beda Ajinte Beda Abeda Tattva, we are non-different from Krishna. We are also energy emanating from Krishna. We are part and parcel of Krishna. We are also Satsidananda, but at the same time, like that. But as far as form and formless is concerned, God is basically form only, Bhagavan. And some light is coming out of Bhagavan, and that effulgence is also not different from him. It's very powerful. It's all, but it doesn't do activities. It's just there. So only person does activity. Person's energy does activity. So only Sat feature, I don't know whether I'll come back to that because other persons have to present. 1 second. Let me check whether it's open or not. Don't know whether. So if you look, the Lord is like Brahman. The supreme absolute truth is realized in three aspects. Realization. But the personality which you're seeing as Krishna, he is the original Bhagavan, original Supreme Personality of Godhead. But he is realized in three features: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. The Brahman realization is realizing only the Sat potency of the Lord. So it is partial. And Paramatma realization is Sat and Chit potency of the Lord. But Bhagavan realization is Sat, Siddh, Ananda, all the three. then only it's complete. So Brahman realization, or the aspect of Brahman, or the Brahma Jyoti which is coming out of Krishna, is reflecting only the Sat potency of the Lord, even though he has all the three potency. And those who realize that Brahman will attain only that eternity, they won't get the knowledge and bliss. Knowledge is who is Krishna, how is he living, how is he loving exchanges he is doing with living entities. So many aspects of Krishna, they don't have knowledge about it. Neither they don't have devotional service, so they are not enjoying the bliss. So only the eternity feature is realized in the impersonal Brahman. So impersonal Brahman is also Krishna's one of the feature. So you can say that. There is nothing wrong to say that. But primarily, you should say that the originally the Lord has a form only. And is original Bhagavan in completion, in perfection. The perfect Supreme Personality of Godhead in fullness, in complete, is a person. He has his effulgence, which is impersonal light. Is the light which is coming out of his body. So this is how we see that, and I don't know where it is. The other. Yeah, I've been doing half of this. Like this. We also did the partial realization versus complete realization. So the blind people, they tie the eyes. You see that the people are tied. And one is saying it's like a spear, it's like a fan, it's like a wall. So of course, true. Is it true the elephant is like a fan? Yeah, the ear of the elephant is like a fan. Yes, ear only. Same way, the light only is impersonal. The energies are not impersonal. The Lord in Paramatma feature is not impersonal. The Lord himself, Bhagavan, is not impersonal. Only the light is impersonal. So same way, if we say, okay, Lord is not like a snake, no, he's like a snake. So the elephant is like a snake. Yes, it is like a snake. The trunk is like snake. The rope, yes, the tail is like rope. True. It is true. It's not true, but it is not a complete idea. It's incomplete. So the Jnani, Yogi and Bhakta, the Jnani will see the Brahman realization, Sat realization only. The Yogi, Paramatma realization, Sat and Chit realization he will get. The Bhakta, he will get Bhagavan realization, which is complete, Sat, Chit and Ananda, complete realization. So partial realization versus complete realization. So the partial feature, for example, if I say that Akarshak Sri Hari is hand and body. The Akarshak Sri Hari Prabhu's form is both body and his teeth. Why should I separately say the teeth like that? He's both his teeth and his body. The full body is you. And there is a light which is coming out of Krishna. The full person, Krishna is a person. And there is a light which is coming out of Krishna. Then we don't separately say that to this thing, to emphasize. This is what I was trying to say. Got it? Primarily, God is a form. God has a form. Primarily is a person. Is a person, yeah. That's all, simple. Who's God? God is a person. That's all. God is a person. Akarshak Sri Hari Prabhu is having a bike. So I'm saying Akarshak Sri Hari Prabhu is both a person and a bike. You have, like Krishna has his own energy. Krishna has his own light which is coming out. So the impersonal feature is nothing. The difference is the impersonal feature, the Krishna is the Brahmanohi Pratishtaham. This is the primary verse in Bhagavad Gita, which says that how Krishna, Brahmano, he is the source of Brahman. Brahmanohi Pratishtaham. I am the one who Pratishta the Brahman. I am the base of Brahman. So Krishna says that the Brahma Jyoti, Krishna is the base of the Brahma Jyoti. So when you see that Krishna is the source of the Brahma Jyoti, then of course it is coming out of him only. In that way, you see, you have to say so many things. So Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, the Brahman realization is a very minimal Sat potency realization only. Paramatma realization and Sat Sit potency realization. Bhagavan realization is Sat Chit Ananda realization. So which is complete Krishna is Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. Vigraha means he has form. So now already you are refuting the argument, then you don't add a point to them. Don't give them 1 point. Otherwise, it was excellent. Both of you did too good. And you have to understand why Prabhupada is writing that. Because the Brahma Jyoti, you should not think separately as something. It is Krishna's one aspect. Krishna's one aspect only it is. Nothing wrong. But when you are refuting an argument of formlessness, then you should not say, it's like confused this statement. God is both form and formless. No. God is a person, God is a person, God is a person. He's Krishna, he's Krishna, he's Krishna. How does he look? Shyamam Tribhagna Lalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhaja. That's all. That's all. And you can say that the light which is coming out of his body is formless, and that is one of the aspect only, that is Brahma Jyoti aspect of Krishna. So for example, you go to some temple and they have lit very nice lights around the temple. Very nice lights, 1,000 lights they have lit. South India and all, 1 lakh deepam, 1,000 deepam, they'll do Guruvayur and all. Very nice Krishna temples are there, in which they, in Kerala, they lit the lights around the temple. So a person went to that place and he went and saw, wow, so many deepams, so nice light. So he saw beautiful lighting everywhere, row by row by row, and big deepam in front. He saw that and he came back to his city. When he came back, people asked, did he go Guruvayur? Did he go there to that temple city? Yeah. You went and see Krishna. No, I went that. There were so many lights. I saw that and came back. Oh, you didn't enter into it? Enter into the temple. There is a night sanctum, sanctorium, and there is elephant procession. Everything going on inside. That light decoration is outside the temple campus, that compound. But once you enter into the main sanctum, sanctorium, then you will see that the Lord is there, beautifully smiling Krishna like this, or various. Every day they decorate so beautifully in Chandan. Someday he's sleeping in the cradle like this. Someday he's sitting. Someday like this. Different postures. Someday he'll put the flute in his this in cloth here, and he'll be smiling. This way, very beautiful smiling Krishna. But people, if one doesn't enter there and see that person, all the decoration is for him only, no? So same way, people miss the whole point when they say that the light or Nirakar. So God is a person. See, he has a form comes later. He's a person. So every person has a form. So this is very important. That is not, you cannot say that both God is form and formless. This is the wrong aspect, wrong thing. Krishna is a personality, and the light which is coming out of his body is called Brahma Jyoti, and that is only formlessness. Later we will see that Sanatana Goswami is writing one Brihad Bhagavatamrita, in which he is mentioning that how even inside the impersonal Brahma Jyoti, there are cities, there is roads, there is houses, and there is Utsavam, which is very nice festivals which are conducted, and Shiva and Parvati are worshipped there. Shiva, there is Devi Dham, which is material world. Shiva Dham is impersonal Brahman. Hari Dham is Vaikuntha, Goloka, all these are Hari Dhams. Like this. Devi Mahesha Haridam Shuteshu Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. In Brahma Samhita also there is one verse. Devi Mahesha Haridam Shuteshu. 3 Dhams. Devi Dhama, Mahesha Dhama, Haridama. So there is Mahesha is ruling over there, and he is also there. That's a very detailed study later. So right now we understand it to be impersonal. Those who desire impersonalism go there, and they don't feel comfortable and they fall back into the material world again. Those who go to the impersonal Brahma Jyoti. Like for example, if somebody asks you to go and just keep quiet and sit. Don't do anything. So the activity is a symptom of the soul. And if you are asked to do nothing and don't act and just be there, you cannot be there for a long time. Any child, grown-ups, everybody, they cannot be without doing anything. Even within one room, if there is a mosquito entering, we can very nicely feel it, because activity is the symptom of the soul. And we can enter the soul as entering because this mosquito, it will keep going. So if you are in Brahmajyoti, they cannot stand for a long time. They cannot, they just fall down back into the material world. They cannot go into the spiritual world because they have not developed a loving affection towards the Lord. They have not practiced in devotional service. Kaivalyam narakayate. It's also called Kaivalyam. Kaivalyam means a place where there is no devotional service exists. Even in material world, we can establish temples and deities, and we can perform some devotional service. And in spiritual world, in Vaikuntha, we can perform devotional service. So performance or activity is the symptom of the soul. The soul cannot be inactive. It always want to act. So either in material world in karma, or in spiritual world in akarma or devotion, it has to act. So the impersonal Brahmajyoti, there is no action. Then it feels uneasy and it falls down. It's not a natural position for us. And it's not the Supreme Lord's full aspect. It's one of the aspect. That's it. So no, you cannot say that God is both form and formless. God is a person, and the person has a form. That's all. And there is a light which is coming out of his body, which is impersonal. And that light has, Krishna gives the similar potency of Sat potency, eternal potency into it. So anybody who enters the Brahma Jyoti, they are beyond the birth, death, old age, disease. The eternal aspect, the permanent living aspect alone comes to them. But there is no knowledge of Krishna, his devotional service, how he is living, spiritual world, nothing, no information, no knowledge, and no bliss. Because boring, no, you're just sitting there with the devotional service equal to bliss, and there's no service. Then they fall down. Is that okay? Okay. Who else is the next?
Mataji, but means I can share once. Hello, are you able to see my screen? Hello.
Yes. Yeah.
This is what
Yes,
Govinda Rai, Om Govinda Rai read this only, baby. He read this
yeah, yeah.
only. Mm.
Yeah, my question is that means
Mm.
late if you are saying God is personal, only
Mm.
means means he is
Mm.
personal, then he has all those things. So
Mm.
it means how he can supreme.
He also has impersonal. It, Lord is,
Hmm.
first of all, what is the assignment? The assignment is to refute the argument, right? What does
Yes.
refuting mean?
Refuting means not only that we can deny that you are totally wrong, but you are partially wrong, right? So, for example, only you have taken only except of impersonal, or impersonal means formless, but you just forget that no, God has this form also. So both form, for example, Path just especially mentioned that he is both personal, impersonal. Then we can say that no, he is Supreme Lord. Otherwise, let's say if we
Can
just
you
omit
read the
this one.
next paragraph, first line? It's a completeness. You're taking points only. You're not reading. It's like, it's not a quote. Huh? It's a full paragraph. Okay.
This one?
You
Sorry, which
read the
line?
first. Yeah, the same. Read this
Yeah, we
sentence.
should.
The
This,
Bhagavatas. The Bhagavatas.
Yeah, read that one sentence.
which one?
The
This
one who
one?
have highlighted. No, the next paragraph, first
We
line.
should. Okay. We should not take it for granted that because we cannot see God with our eyes, the Lord has no personal existence. Sri Isopanisad refutes this argument by declaring that the Lord is far away, but very near also. The award of the Lord is
No,
beyond the
no, no, no.
material sky.
No. not that one, just the first line. We should not take it for granted that because we cannot see God with her. So why do they say that God is impersonal? Why somebody is saying
Because
that God is impersonal?
yeah,
Why?
because they only they didn't, first of all they didn't even
I
see
gave you
God.
one
So
paragraph. I gave one paragraph, right?
yes,
I gave you one paragraph. And in that paragraph, one person is telling about God, correct? Nirakar,
mm,
Nirguna, right?
mm,
So the akar, that nirakar, akar, akar mane formless, form nahi hai. That is
mm,
true, as you say, that is true. God is not having material form. You understand? God
yes,
doesn't have material form. We agree.
yes,
God doesn't have form. Yes, I agree. I agree, God doesn't have form. How God doesn't have form?
Ma'am,
He doesn't have material
Mataji,
form,
because
which is made
Mataji,
up of earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, ego, blood and veins. That man is saying that is true. That is true. God doesn't have flesh and blood and bones. He doesn't have.
yes,
You understand? He doesn't
yes,
have a material form,
mm,
but he
yeah,
has a spiritual form. So we agree. We agree with
yes,
that. Partially we agree, as you say, partially we agree with him, right?
yes,
We agree with him saying that God doesn't have a form, that which form he doesn't have, the birth, death, old age, disease form, which we are having, like this form, he is not having. Janma karmacha me divyam. But he has a divya form.
yes,
He has a divine form, which is transcendental Sat Chit Ananda form. He has. He doesn't have a
yes,
material form, but he has spiritual form. So we should not take it for granted that because we cannot see God with, and they say that God doesn't have a form for two reasons. One is God cannot undergo suffering, like we are undergoing suffering, with this body there is death, there is disease. So how can God undergo all this disease and all that? Point number one. Point number two, I went to America, I didn't see God. I went to Africa, there's no God. I went to, and I asked people, did you see God? No. Did you see God? No. Did you see God? No. Everybody, nobody has seen God. So but they understand there is some power. They understand sun and moon are all already existing and they are all going in the orbit. So surely some power is there. They are not atheists. They agree. They are simple people. They agree. Okay, there is God. There is some power is there which is making everything happen, and we are in ignorance. At the same time, the God doesn't have a form because I am not able to see. With this eye, I cannot see God. If he is there everywhere, I'm not able to see with this eye. I look everywhere and I cannot see God. You look around your room, show me where God is. This is what Hiranyakashipu also asked, but Hiranyakashipu was atheistic. Hiranyakashipu was atheistic. But here they understand there is some power. Some power is there. And that power only is God. That is that man's argument. That there is some power. So here you're saying that we accept that where is that? God has formless, oh Krishna, he has his own formless feature also, impersonal Brahmajyoti. He has impersonal Brahmajyoti. We are not disagreeing it, no, we are agreeing. That is not the question here. But what question is asked, you have to answer that relevant only. I'm not telling that you have to agree that, yes, he doesn't have a form, and it is, oh Krishna, this is a total misunderstanding.
ma'am,
See, I'll tell.
Mataji, may I
Mm.
shortly conclude to Akarshak Prabhu?
Mm.
Yes. So
Yes,
here,
yes.
should I, Mataji?
yes, try. I'm
Yeah.
thinking how to put it forth because I'm tired full day. I didn't sleep.
Yeah.
Morning Mangalarti.
So
Mm.
what is Mayavadi philosophy and impersonal philosophy? conclude there is only Brahma. What we say, that is formless, and that is Jyoti. What they believe, right? They don't believe
Yes.
upon personal. That is the form of. So, what
Yes.
is formless? That is impersonal. They are saying that is formless. What is Brahma? What is? They also believe that there is some Jyoti, and uh, uh, we have to take to the shelter to that Jyoti, and we will become one. That is the philosophy. And
Yes.
the Bhagavad schools accept that philosophy also. There is one Brahma Jyoti. So here it explained there is but we also accept about personal. After Brahma Jyoti, there is a form, but they don't accept the Mayavadi schools. So here it is written, they reject the personal form and they accept the impersonal form. And but Bhagavad schools that we accept the impersonal form also. Yes, there is a Brahma Jyoti, and we accept the personal form. After Brahma Jyoti, there is Krishna. So, so here again the Bhagavatas knows that without inconceivable potencies, there can be no meaning of the Supreme Lord. So this is the way what Prabhupada and Mataji is trying to explain. We accept both.
We accept both. We accept both. But when someone asks, okay, is God is personal or impersonal, what do we say spontaneously?
He is personal.
Spontaneously.
He is personal.
Is because that's a higher realization.
Yes.
It's a higher realization. I want to give one example, which Prabhupada gave very nice example on this. Like there was a village, okay? The village, I think I already told you or not. I
So
already told you
Mataji,
that the train
yeah.
example, did I tell you? The train.
Train.
There was a village and they have never had some train. They've never seen the train. So first time there was a this village is in the middle of the mountain or somewhere far away in the forest, and they are laying the railway line and the train is going to come. First train is going to come in the middle of the night. So the villagers all decided, okay, let us see the train. What is this train? Everybody is telling. So we want to see. But it is coming in the middle of the night. How can we take all the family? So let us go and check it out. So the villagers, they went. Hmm? So some of them said that, no, we are not coming. It's middle of the night. So you go and find out. So these people, some of them went and sat in the railway station, and far away they are looking. The railway line is laid from far distance, and they are looking here and there. And then they see that it is becoming late and late and late. And some people wanted to go home. Some of them went home, and then some of them were sitting. And from far away, they saw that one light. Very far in the forest, in the mountain, it is coming. Wow, the bright light is coming. So, ACC, the train. Okay, so some people said that it's already very late. My family is alone. So I also feel sleepy. I'll go. I saw that the train is light. And they went. And next, then some more people were waiting. And then the train started approaching, and little bit nearer it came, and they saw that there is not one main headlight. There is small light in each of the cabin. So they saw that there are many small lights behind the big light. And they were seeing that, okay, now train has come after half an hour, 1 hour. Hey, enough here. I've also seen something, the train, little more of it. And they went home. And the third set of people, they were waiting there, and the train came to the station and it stood there. Then they went, then they picked up, they went and they picked up the, they went inside the train. First, they saw that the headlight is coming, and then, oh, that small light is nothing but each of the cabin has a light. Then they entered the train. Then they saw there were many chairs and many people were sitting, and there was toilet and there was windows, and they kept luggage, and they were serving eateries and everything. They saw fully. There is an engine, everything they saw, and they came back. And they came back and they slept. And in the morning, when they got up, and when they went to the village, and all the villagers were saying, yeah, we also heard about the train. No problem. Okay, tell me, what is the train? Oh, train is nothing but a big light. Train is nothing but a light. Why? Because these people who went in the first, they told everybody that it is only light. So big light is only train. Then they said, no. Big light, big light is not train. Then they said, big light is not train. They told lie. No, they told the truth only. There is headlight also. You are telling the train is light only. No, because they didn't see further. Then the next people, they came and told, no, 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 it's big light and small, many small lights. Like Paramatma. Many small lights are there. Big light also there. And many small lights are also there. Then the last people, they said that, yes, the big light is nothing but the headlight. The small lights are nothing but each of the cabin lights. But actually, train is a vehicle. The train vehicle will move from one city to another city, and it has wheels, and it is going on the track, and there is a driver, there is an engine driver, and there is an engine that is fitted in the front, and the headlight is fitted in the front only, and then many chairs are there, people are there, all these things are there inside all this. So like this, they explained everything. Everything includes headlight also. Everything includes the small lights also. But the small light is not train, the headlight is not train, the whole train is train. So it's very partial. You can say that it's partial. But you cannot simply declare train is a vehicle, a light, and small lights. We accept train has a light. Like here in Bhagavata school, accept both the personal and impersonal feature of the Lord. We accept. Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Sapyate. We accept. Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, all are three features of the Lord. But the complete feature is only Bhagavan. The complete feature. The Brahman feature is incomplete. Paramatma feature is incomplete. But Bhagavan feature is complete. So how can you compare a complete feature as maybe we have that impersonal attitude within us, that which is trying to convince us with a minute 1 point Prabhupada has given. He has given 25, 30 points, about 100 points in 4 purports about personal feature of the Lord. But that only one impersonal line which is there, that is more attractive, and we emphasize and project it very much. But we have to say, I'm not asking to tell lie just because you are arguing. Never. I will never ask you to do that. Truth, absolute truth is absolute truth. But which you should highlight. How much Prabhupada is giving emphasis, you should see. How much he's giving emphasis to this one statement. It's very attractive. No, not like that.
So, Mother, yeah, actually, then what is this
You
Achintya
should say
Veda
partial.
philosophy?
You should say that partial. God can, God, the light which is coming out of the body of the God can be impersonal. So God can show himself as an impersonal also. The living entity doesn't want God's form to exist. Then he will give an impersonal place where the living entity can go and merge, try to merge, just stay in impersonal Brahma Jyoti. So we accept it. Who said we are rejecting impersonalism? We are not,
Means
Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, the first lesson itself, we saw Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. I showed you, no? There's a Brahman feature,
yeah.
Bhagavan feature, and Paramatma feature. If we accept it, Bhagavata school, we accept it. We accept doesn't mean that we say God is impersonal. We say that God can have God has impersonal feature also. Basically, God is a person.
So
What
yes,
about
yes.
his
So,
Shakti?
Mataji,
What about his Shakti? Is it personal or impersonal? Generally, Shakti. For example, I'm lifting my hand. Without having Shakti, I can't lift my hand. I'm lifting something. I'm lifting this mouse. If I'm lifting this mouse without Shakti, I cannot lift this mouth, right? Mouse. So I have Shakti in my body. I'm a person. But generally, my Shakti is not visible as a personality. But when Krishna is there, his Shakti is now only you showed such a beautiful Ashtasakis. They are all Shaktis and they are all personality. So very nice presentation, excellent presentation. Excellent, very nice points. All the points were excellent. But last, last, you told God, God is form also, formless also.
so
God
Mataji,
is
this so this highest philosophy is what? Right? For example,
Bhagavan.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also given that Achintya Veda philosophy, right?
Mm.
So means, what is this Achintya Veda philosophy then?
I have given you a complete elaboration of Achintya Veda Tattva, no? Hmm? There are many places. In Bhagavatam, so many purports we have. And we Chaitanya Charitamrita, we have many purports. We are only beginning. And in Isopanisad, one of the thing, two things have come. Achintya Veda Veda Tattva. One is a living entity is like spoon of water, salt water, all this you only told. You're asking me this question. You only told me, no?
No, means I'm not
Huh?
understanding this because of actually what I've understood this Sachin Teveda means he's both means form plus formless. Then the whole complete philosophy, right? Or I mean sorry.
No,
Hmm.
no, no.
Really?
Achintya Veda Abheda Tattva is about the living entity.
Hmm.
Energy is not different from Krishna. At the same time, it is different from Krishna. For example, when the energy is with Krishna, then it's Gauranga, internal energy. Yes or no? And when the energy is separated, it's Radharani.
Yes.
So it is one with the Lord and it's separate from the Lord. Same way, we also as living entity, we are one with the Lord in our quality, and quantity we are different. We are servant, he is the master. And we are minute and he is the whole infinite. Infinite expansion he has. So in this way, in quality we are same with the Lord, in quantity we are different. So Krishna has both personal and impersonal form, impersonalism, but the impersonal is not the complete God. It's an
Yes.
incomplete God. Incomplete means it's very small in itself.
Yes.
It's also Om. So why you didn't tell God is sound? God is also sound. God is also form. God is also sound. God is also light. God is also like this. How much will you say? How much will you say? A perfect whole is there. How many aspects will you project? So there is nothing wrong to say, but primarily he is Bhagavan. His complete feature is Bhagavan feature. Sat Chit Ananda. Vigraha. So Brahma is the one who is describing Brahma. We are in the Brahma Parampara. And Brahma is describing how the Supreme Lord exists. And there are his personal feature fully Namamishwaram you are singing every day.
Yes.
Yeah, where is impersonal mentioned there?
Mataji,
And in
all
thousands of
glories to Shankaracharya.
in India, fully he has confused like this. He has contributed. So thousands and thousands of purports of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we have the impersonal feature, which is one of the aspect. I'll tell you one thing. I have a question. I have a about creation. I used to elaborately take a lecture on this. When we go to Bhagavad Gita, I'll do this for you. I want you to imagine a graph, okay? Just a graph. And I ask you a question. Is zero a number? Is
Yes.
zero a number, Akarshat?
Yes. Yes. Whole number.
It's a whole number. What is the value of zero?
Zero.
Tell it in English. Other than zero. What is
Shunnya. Sorry.
so you take a graph like this, okay? And this is y-axis, positive y-axis. This is negative y-axis, and here is zero. We draw like this, right? And we
Yes.
generally positive x, positive y, that area only we draw the graph, generally. And there is a negative y
Hmm.
down below. So there is a zeroth point. Zero is also number, but it's a zeroth point. So this my negative y-axis is like a material world. Okay, this is a material world. This is the external energy of Lord, and the zeroth point is there, and then there is positive living. That is like Vaikuntha and everything. This is spiritual world. Brahmajyoti is a zeroth point, which is in between the material world and the spiritual world. Brahmajyoti is there. Krishna has created that portion for those people who are too much envious of Krishna. They don't want to serve Krishna. At the same time, they don't want to be in material world. They hate material and they hate Krishna. Both energy of Krishna, which is matter, that also they hate. And they hate energy of Krishna, which is internal potency, that also they hate. And they hate Krishna himself. For them, there's a Brahmajyoti aspects. He is giving them, he is expanding himself as effulgence. In his effulgence, he is giving them a place. But whenever a living entity enters there, it feels so unnatural and so uneasy, and it falls back into the material world again. So the zeroth point is the Brahmajyoti aspect of Krishna. It's Krishna's aspect only. There is no second thought. That Prabhupada's statement is perfect. There is no second thought. Like as Govinda Rai Prabhu told, we agree. The impersonalist philosophers, they don't agree that Krishna has a form. But we agree Krishna has a form, not has a form. Krishna is a person and is also impersonal aspect. Krishna also has an impersonal aspect. As you say,
Okay,
then only
Mataji.
is Purnam, is impersonal. But that is not complete. It is incomplete. It's incomplete. So we everywhere we go and don't declare God as a form also, impersonal, not a form also. He's also Brahmajyoti. So you can go to Brahmajyoti also, you can go to Goloka also. No difference. What is the difference going to? They both are same. If you say that God is form and formless, I want to reach God. So can I
Yes.
go to the personal home also, impersonal home? Both are same.
No, no.
What is the difference?
Means that is not our home.
Okay, that is not our home. But if I go, what is wrong? That is also
We
God,
will
no?
not, yeah,
That
we
is
will
also
not
I am
find the
associating with formless God.
personal form of Krishna. We will be seen only impersonal, like here.
You won't see. You won't have an eye to see, no?
Yes.
Siddhadega will not develop, baby. You're losing the
Yes,
material
yes.
form. It's called spiritual suicide. Spiritual suicide means what, you know? In spiritual world, you have eyes, nose, ears, everything. With that senses, we see the Lord. In material world, we have material senses with which we see the Archa Vigraha form of the Lord. But if you go to Brahma Jyoti, only such feature is there, and you have not developed. Without developing spiritual body, you have lost the material body. You lost the material body. That is called Kaivalya. So the scriptures define Kaivalyam Narakayate. Kaivalyam is Naraka. Because no hands, no legs, no eyes, no nose, no spiritual body, no material body. I say, you understand? You cannot be there.
Yes, yes, yes,
Nobody can be there. Nobody. Every impersonalist fall down. Every impersonalist fall down into material world. And they become great philanthropists, social workers, big politicians. Something they become, okay, I'll do social work. I'll not serve Krishna, at least, what do they say that? Manava Seva, Madhav Seva. That is impersonalist. He fell down. I won't serve Madhava. Even I can serve conditioned soul, but I won't serve Madhava. The total envious personified. People aspire for this. So we say that, yes, of course, we accept this. Whatever you're telling is truth only. God doesn't have a blood and nerve. This he doesn't have. But at the same time, he is full in nature. So you have to explain the glory of the original Supreme Lord's form. That is, you've got an opportunity to explain. So very nicely you've done. Everything you did nicely. So you agree it, but don't emphasize. That is my thing is, don't emphasize on it again and again. So they may say that, okay, I like the impersonal form. What is wrong? We
yes, yes.
accept. Don't let them choose the impersonalism. That is not the way. We want them to engage. We want them to develop their senses, get the Siddha Dega, get Prema. What are you marketing? What is your marketing stuff?
Uh, my marketing stuff was that means he has both means both. He has both means I am saying, let's say he has both means that he is something different from he has both. So
He
he has
doesn't
both
have,
means personal.
maybe having something means I am
Hmm.
having my mouse. I
Yes.
am different
Hmm.
from my mouse, right?
Yes.
I am,
Yes,
for
yes.
example, Krishna is having Brahmajyoti. See,
Brahmajyoti, yeah.
having means it's an object away from me. I'm
Yes.
a person. So Krishna is a person.
Hmm.
You understand?
Yes, yes.
He has formlessness. He has impersonalism, impersonal feature. One of the
Hmm.
aspect is impersonal feature. But holistically, he is Krishna. Like, for example, sun. Sun is having
Hmm.
light in his body. So
Yes.
if a small child is asked, what is sun? It will say light, light, light. But when you ask a big man, he'll say it's a planet. And
Hmm.
more learned scholar will say that it's a sun god is there is a chariot, and the chariot is moving in a samvatsara circle. Once in a year, it covers a full circle. Like this, he explains. So that is even more learned person.
Hmm.
So the child will keep saying that what is sun? It's a light, light, light. Only it will say.
Yeah.
Are Mataji, before the
Okay.
science was arguing sun is, not moving, and we were, as a scriptures we say, but today at the present age, they are saying that even sun is also moving, sun has their own orbit, our Milky Way is own orbit. So we were saying
But in
before,
fifth
can you
canto, we
continue?
have the complete description
Yeah.
of how the sun moves, the earth is static. Everything is very, very clear. Very clear. There is no doubt about it. Very nicely defined. And when we look at the sky, exactly we can say, we can see the calendar, we can see the timing simply by looking at the fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, about what you, Navaneet and Jayalakshmi, I think has to hold on for today. And we can have it another tomorrow or some other day. Sorry for that. I want to get into one small thing. Shocking sloka about whatever Omkar is telling. Sorry, Om Govind Rai is telling about our dear sloka for. I want, which sloka is this? Yeah. Just read only the translation and first to see. Can any one of you read this?
Okay, I'm ready.
Those who engage in the culture of nascent activities shall enter into the darkest region of ignorance. Worse still are those engaged in the culture of so-called knowledge. This month,
Wait. What do you understand out of this? If somebody is not knowledgeable, they have not read books or they're totally in ignorance, like animals, they're just living. A person is there who's drinking, he's not reading, he's not studying anything. There is another person who's going to college and learning so many things. Math, science, physics, chemistry, everything is thorough. Very good marks he has got. Now, who's worst? Who's better?
the learning one is better.
Okay, this is your idea.
And
Anybody else?
No, this translation is saying fully opposite.
The
This is the
opposite.
shocking
Yeah.
sloka. Shocking sloka of
They have to
Ishopanishad.
unlearn, right? So
So that we can learn the easiest way. So if one is learn and fully stubborn, yeah, he is definitely going to fall down.
This sloka is a shocking sloka of Ishopanishad. What is the shocking sloka of Ishopanishad? Those who engage in culture of nascent activities shall enter into the darkest region of ignorance. Meat eaters, gambler, illicit sex, intoxication, the sinful activities, and so they will fall into the darkest region of ignorance. But there is somebody worse. Who's the worst person than that? The worst still are those engaged in the culture of so-called knowledge. So there are two things, ignorance and wrong knowledge. Which is more dangerous? Wrong knowledge is more dangerous than ignorance. For example, if you go to the village, the people are not educated. Okay, for example, they may not be able to read even Srila Prabhupada books. Okay. And in the city, there is people who are very highly learned, very expert PhDs. But the person in that village is better when compared to this person in the city who is very highly learned in the wrong education. So here we are not seeing this fully. I would like only the first paragraph we'll see. This mantra offers a comparative study of Vidya and Avidya. Avidya or ignorance is undoubtedly dangerous. But Vidya or knowledge is even more dangerous when mistaken or misguided. And now Govindara said, this mantra of Sri Isopanisad is more applicable today than at the time of past. Today, especially nowadays, modern civilization has advanced considerably in the field of mass education. But the result is that all people are more unhappy than ever before because of the stress placed on the material advancement to the exclusion of the most important part of the life, spiritual aspect. So God is godless education. And advancing, more education, for what? Sense gratification. Okay, sense you gratify, then what you do? You burn the body. The body which is going to be burnt is given the most important. The entire life is meant for some education which will enhance the parts of the body which is going to be burnt or buried. Full life, busy. So that is what is. So this so-called Vidya is more dangerous than the Avidya. That is what is told. And in the first sloka, it is mentioned that the first Lord is the proprietor of everything, and forgetfulness of this fact is ignorance. The more a man forgets this fact of life, the more he is in darkness. In view of this, a godless civilization. See, God created the sun and moon. When we were in school, there was an atlas. And in the atlas, they put the sun in the middle. And they put the earth is rotating it. And they said moon is a satellite planet for earth. All these concepts are not there in Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam, the Bhutala. Bhu is a tala. It's a platform. And then the sun is going around like this. Above that, moon is going around. Moon is beyond the sun. First sun, and then the moon, then the other planets are going around on the sky, like this. And Dhruva planet, it is connected to Dhruva, and they are all going in a clockwise direction around this. There is a orbit for each one, and the speed with which they move, everything is given. And that's what we put in the Jatakam. Or when we have this boxes in which we put 1, 2, 3, 4, like this, we put the 12 months. We have the 12 months, and in the 12 months, the Ragu is here, Ketu is here, Sun is here, Moon is here. So based on the orbit and the speed, they move in the circle. Very, very easy to calculate all those things if you understand fifth canto. So easy to understand that. But they said that the sun is going around, the earth is rotating. We are on a rotating plane like this. We are all in the earth, and the earth every day is rotating one time fully. This is too much. Just think, if you are sitting on a roller coaster and the roller coaster is moving, don't you think you will feel it? And the earth is so big, and in its own orbit, if it rotates once, and you don't fall down because of gravity pull is holding. You're like iron, the earth is like a magnet, it is holding you. No, you're sitting on a tala, you're on a plane, and you're standing here, and why will you fall? But when your earth is like this, they say that the globe is like this, and you are all standing like this. These are all totally away from God. The problem is godless education. Brahma, no. And heavenly planets, Manus, no. No information of Manu, no information of Brahma, no information of Supreme Lord who's coming and talking to Manu. Talking to, for Manvantra avatars, he is coming and talking to Brahma. Yeah, he's everywhere. He's coming and visiting. He's becoming Varaha, Vamana, Narsimha, various avatars he is taking and entering. And he's showcasing his power, showcasing his presence. So nicely, the Supreme Lord is doing this. Okay. Okay. Somebody has typed, Jayalakshmi and Navneet, Nirakara, nor does the Lord become a formless entity at any time, for ultimately he is the eternal form, primeval Lord. Yes, very good. Where it is mentioned,
There,
Navneet?
I think it's in seventh or eighth mantra, Mataji. I had actually put it in my notes, so I put it there. So
Oh, very good. Thank you. Akarshak, kindly look
Yes,
into
Mataji.
this chat. Prabhu, did you put it in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
common chat, no? Mm,
Yes, yes.
yes,
Common
Mataji.
chat.
mm.
I mean, after talking
Nirakara.
about formless and everything, then there's a
Mm.
mention, right? It's like it's not a formless entity at any time. It is not.
Ultimate only we are talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Ultimate only we are talking. If you see other aspects, so many other aspects are there. Is God lion? Yes. So in 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling, I am lion, among mountain, I am Himalayas. So will you say that the God is a person and he's also Himalayas? He's also a mountain. He's also a river. He's also like that. How much will you say? So, Nirakara, nor does the Lord become a formless entity at any time, for ultimately his eternal form, the primeval. He's coming, he's talking like this. So many activities he does as a person only. And is there an impersonal aspect? We don't reject. Yes, he also has an impersonal aspect. Negligible aspect. He has a negligible aspect of impersonalism. That is for those people who are not ready to serve the personal feature of the Lord. They are envious of the Lord. Lord has given, expanded, or is emanating the Brahma Jyoti, and he is giving residence, temporary residences. He is giving permanent resident, but they are not able to reside there. So they are falling back. So if you look at the chart, then you will understand. Okay.
Yes.
This interesting scientific topic came now suddenly from Omkar, Om Govind Rai. So this is a very shocking sloka. You go through this puppet and come back tomorrow, we can discuss on this. It's a very nice book. Isopanisad is a heavy subject only, but I purposely started with that. So that it's part of Vedic literature, and then Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita is also part of Vedic literature. Then Goswami scriptures are higher. So unless we understand all this, we should not enter into those scriptures. So we have to be clean with our understanding. So we'll enter into that later. Okay, it's already 10:45. Tomorrow onwards, Bhishma Panchakavrata, whoever is taking this challenge, all the best. I want to, 1 second. Okay, I'll search. Akarshak Prabhu, kindly search for what Navaneet Prabhu had put and kindly go through that also.
Yes, Mataji, I have understood means only the ultimate that Krishna is form and he has all those. So I am also saying the same thing, but I just in between just forget,
Within
just I
one
would say
day,
that
you did a
yes,
great
God
job, yaar.
formless or
How
he
it is
means
possible?
formless.
You're working also. It's a working day. It's Monday. Today morning only I put the question. For evening, what you did is a great job. Really. So you took some points and put, and it was an amazing presentation. Let's all give a big Hare Krishna to Akarshak Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
And also for Om Govind Rai. Very nice. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare.
Hare Hare.
Okay, sorry, Jayalakshmi and Navaneet Prabhu. We'll have your presentations within a day or two, whenever we can fit some time. Okay, tomorrow also you can do. Okay, thank you very much. Hari Bol. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. जय शिला प्रभुपाद की जय
Jai.
गुरु महाराज की जय
Jai.
निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे
Hari Hari
हरि
Bol.
हरि
Hari Hari
बोल
Bol.